Welcome to the Story Lab. I hope you enjoy this story. Let's begin. The dimly lit bar was alive with the chatter of coworkers and the clinking of glasses. I sipped my beer, basking in the celebratory atmosphere, unaware of the bombshell that was about to drop. Suddenly, my boss, Preston Howell, stumbled over to me, his words slurred and his breath reeking of alcohol. "Ethan, my man," he said, draping an arm around my shoulders. "You know, I saw your wife, Jenna, at the gala last night." I tensed up, sensing the conversation was about to take an uncomfortable turn. "Yeah? What about it?" Preston leaned in closer, his eyes glazed and his expression mischievous. "She's a real stunner, that one. I can't get her out of my mind. Tell you what, I'll pay you good money if you can arrange for me to sleep with her." My heart skipped a beat, and a wave of fury washed over me. Without a second thought, I drew back my fist and landed a solid punch square on Preston's jaw. The room fell silent as Preston stumbled backward, clutching his face in shock. All eyes were on us, but I didn't care. I glared at my boss, my chest heaving, and stormed out of the bar, leaving a trail of whispers in my wake. The next morning, I sat across from Jenna at our kitchen table, my mind still reeling from Preston's outrageous proposition. "You'll never believe what happened last night," I began, recounting the disturbing encounter. Jenna's eyes widened, but she remained eerily quiet, offering no words of comfort or outrage. Little did I know, her silence spoke volumes. Over the next week, I noticed a shift in Jenna's behavior. She became distant, distracted, and spent more time on her phone than usual. On Friday, she dropped a bombshell of her own. "Ethan, I've been offered a promotion at work," she said, her tone devoid of emotion. "That's great news, babe. I'm so happy for you." Jenna's behavior grew increasingly cold and distant, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. I got a call from my buddy, Kyle, asking, "Why is your wife working under Preston in your position?" "What the hell? I don't know anything." Kyle expressed his feelings. "They both together are so annoying. It just makes me sick. See you soon, take care, buddy." My heart sank as I gathered all the pieces together. Her strange behavior recently, it all makes sense now. That evening, I confronted her, my voice trembling with a mix of hurt and anger. "So that was your promotion, working on my post? What's happening between you and Preston?" Her eyes flashed with defiance, and she crossed her arms over her chest. "As a matter of fact, Preston and I have been together for a while now." The air left my lungs, and I stumbled backward, feeling like I'd been punched in the gut. "Preston? You're having an affair with that scumbag? After what he said about you?" Jenna scoffed. "Preston is better than you in every way, Ethan. He's successful, charming, and he knows how to treat a woman right. You were holding me back." Fury and betrayal coursed through my veins. Without saying a word, I grabbed a box and started throwing Jenna's belongings into it. She watched me with a smug expression, making no attempt to stop me. "Get out," I growled, shoving the box into her arms. "I never want to see your face again." Jenna simply shrugged and walked out the door, leaving me alone with a shattered heart and a million unanswered questions. The days after Jenna's betrayal were a blur of pain and anger. I felt like a shell of a man, haunted by the memories of our life together. But amidst the heartbreak, a spark of determination ignited within me. It was late one night when I stumbled upon the key to my revenge. As I logged into our shared cloud storage to delete Jenna's files, a folder caught my eye, one filled with messages, photos, and videos. My heart raced as I clicked through the files, each one more explicit and damning than the last. There it was, undeniable proof of Jenna and Preston's sordid affair. I felt sick to my stomach, but I couldn't look away. With trembling fingers, I downloaded every file to my phone, a twisted sense of purpose driving me forward. Jenna and Preston had destroyed my life, and now it was time for them to pay. In my pursuit of vengeance, I knew I needed a powerful ally, someone with the influence to bring Jenna and Preston to their knees. And there was no one more powerful than Charles Whitmore, the owner of the company and Preston's father-in-law. Mustering all my courage, I scheduled a meeting with Charles, pitching it as a lucrative business opportunity. When I arrived at his opulent office, my nerves were on edge. "Mr. Whitmore, thank you for seeing me. I began, my voice wavering slightly. I have something important to discuss with you. Charles leaned back in his chair, his eyes narrowing. Well, out with it then. I don't have all day. I took a deep breath and laid out the evidence. The messages, the photos, the videos. Charles's face turned a deep shade of crimson as he watched the sordid details of his son-in-law's affair unfold before his eyes. "That son of a bitch," he roared, slamming his fist on the desk. "I'll ruin him for this." "Sir, I want to expose them," I said, my voice steady with resolve. At the next gala, in front of everyone, Charles's lips curled into a sinister smile. "Consider it done. You'll be the host, and you'll bring them down in the most spectacular fashion." The weeks leading up to the gala were a whirlwind of preparation. I spent countless hours rehearsing my speech, ensuring every word was laced with the venom of betrayal. The evidence was meticulously organized, ready to be projected on the big screen for all to see. As the date drew nearer, anticipation and nerves bubbled within me. This was my chance to make Jenna and Preston pay for their sins, to expose their deceit to the world. I dreamed of the looks on their faces when the truth was finally revealed. The night before the gala, I lay awake, running through the plan one last time. There was no turning back now. The path to revenge had been set, and I was determined to see it through to the bitter end. The night of the gala had arrived, and as I stepped into the grand ballroom, a hush fell over the crowd. Dressed in my finest suit, I exuded an air of confidence I didn't quite feel inside. The room was a sea of Denver's elite, all decked out in their finest attire, sipping champagne and making idle chit-chat. My eyes scanned the crowd, landing on Preston and Jenna, blissfully unaware of the storm that was about to hit them. As I took the stage, they exchanged puzzled glances, clearly surprised to see me there. Little did they know, their world was about to come crashing down. The anticipation was palpable as the evening progressed. I could feel the weight of the evidence burning a hole in my pocket, the culmination of weeks of meticulous planning. Finally, the moment arrived. I grabbed the microphone, my heart pounding in my chest. "Ladies and gentlemen," I began, my voice steady and unwavering. "I have something important to share with you all tonight." I signaled to the AV team, and the screens behind me flickered to life, projecting censored versions of the explicit content I had gathered. Gasps and murmurs rippled through the crowd as they took in the damning images and videos. Preston and Jenna's faces drained of color, their smug expressions replaced by pure horror. My wife, Jenna, and my former boss, Preston, have been having an affair, I announced, my words cutting through the stunned silence. They betrayed me in the worst possible way. Preston's wife, Claire, let out a guttural scream, her eyes filled with rage and heartbreak. She stormed up to Preston, slapping him across the face with all her might. "How could you?" she cried, tears streaming down her cheeks. "We're done. I want a divorce." She turned on her heel and fled the ballroom, leaving a trail of stunned onlookers in her wake. The room descended into chaos, but a hush fell once more as Charles Whitmore took the stage, his face a mask of cold fury. "Preston," he growled, his voice dripping with venom, "you're fired. And Jenna, you're no longer welcome in our company. I will see to it that you both face the legal consequences of your actions." I approached Jenna, who was now sobbing uncontrollably, her makeup smeared and her pride in tatters. "I'm divorcing you," I said calmly, the weight of those words lifting a burden from my shoulders. In the days and weeks that followed, I watched with a sense of grim satisfaction as Preston and Jenna's lives crumbled around them. Their reputations were in ruins, their futures uncertain. As for me, I embraced the fresh start that Seattle offered. I found a new job, made new friends, and slowly but surely, the wounds of betrayal began to heal. It was a long road, but I was determined to rebuild my life, one step at a time. And as I looked back on that fateful night at the gala, I knew that justice had been served. The truth had been laid bare, and Jenna and Preston had reaped the consequences of their actions. It was a bitter victory, but a victory nonetheless. This is where our story comes to an end. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for your precious time. If you enjoyed this story, then please make sure you subscribe to this channel. That would help me a lot. Click on the video you see on the screen, and I will see you there.